Welcome to Radio Fixer's channel. Subscribe for upcoming videos. And this is part 7 of illustration of 1938 Montgomery Ward Airline. This radio was damaged in shipping process, so I'm trying my best to preserve this and hopefully can bring it back to life. This one, as you see, it was put in the very large boxes and not that much insulation at all. They had just a grocery bag, as you can see, and a piece of insulation, which is not enough to protect this radio. Even I asked them. The radio just got totally destroyed. I think the mailman kicked this box all the way from Kansas, that's where I purchased it, to Florida. Enjoy the video. Yeah, let me take this radio outside and clean it pretty well so I can start working on this cabinet. Grail cloth is in okay condition, but it's just part of them is here. The other side is missing, so I'm going to be forced to replace it. This grail cloth, I'm removing it from the cabinet. It came out pretty easy. The glue off. So this is the original one. It's not in good condition at all. So anyway, need to figure out if I can find something close to this. This is the other side. It's just like a little cardboard. They glued it over grail cloth. Then they glued the grail cloth on the cabinet itself, as you saw. So as you see here, even this thing is rusted out, this little metal. So it definitely needs good cleaning. I'm going to soak it in the water since the grail cloth came off. I'm lucky, at least I have portion of this left. Alright, I cleaned this pretty well. I washed it a couple of times with soap and water and toothbrush, it was so dirty everywhere, but no, it's better. I just want to show you, how bad this radio is. This piece, of course, it totally broke. You see the crack comes all the way up here and is continue. If I pull it apart, you will see continue all the way here, and then from here continue goes up to here. Then the other side, this piece is broken. That's all need to be fixed. See the crackings from inside. When I put it apart, you will see it. I think I'm gonna start fixing it from inside. I have to tape all the piece back together, make sure this is secured. See, if I press this together, you don't see the crack as much. If it's loose, then you see the crack. So first I have to tape this pretty tight like this, and then grind from inside, then use epoxy to fix this. Hopefully this makes sense. Since this cabinet now is clean, under magnifying glass I find more crack. So I use the highlighter, start highlighting all the crack. So when I want to grind inside, I see where they go. See, this goes all the way to there. If it was going up to here, I always go more than that, so it makes sure that I covered everything. I found another one. So start right from here. As a crack, it goes all the way to here. That I found after, checking it under magnifying glass. If you look at it from other side, maybe you can see it better. It's right here, cracked. See that? Up to here. So that's another one I need to take care of. It's going to be a lot of work. Let me keep checking to see if I find any more. I'm going to use a good tape, clear tape or semi-clear, to be able to see when I tape them, be able to see if the crack shows or not. Because see, right now is as smooth as possible. And that's important. So I'm gonna get my drill, start drilling it. Alright, mix this epoxy, and this is the 6 minutes dry time, so it should be quick. Make sure it's mixed very well. Then I'm gonna fill up all this gap that I already grind outside with a Dremeler. So you just level it like that. I'm gonna do one portion at a time. You don't want to do entire radio. You do one portion at a time, let it dry. You want to make sure is everything lined up. You don't want to put it too much because then you have to sand everything. And just put enough to fill up the holes. Then take the extra one off. And since this dries so fast, so you want to mix just a little bit at a time. See how fast this thing is drying. As soon as I get it sticky, I get my finger, just go over it like that to make sure it's flat. The flatter it is, the better it is. So less sanding you need to do. Okay, now I'm going to let it dry. When it dry, then I'm going to do other areas. I can fix all this crack that you cannot even see it, I did this before in other Bakelite. I suggest pretty highly to watch this video, Rat House Radio, to see how I repair that Bakelite. You can fix this so the crack does not be that obvious. But what I'm going to do, I have too many Bakelite radio. I'm going to try to paint it in different colors maybe. But let me work on it and get back with you what my plans are. Alright, all these pieces be together now. It's looking good. I'll show you inside. So of course I'm going to fix it better. This is just to show you quickly. First I'm going to sand it a little very lightly everywhere, then use carbon dose, fill up all these cracks, then sand it, then prime it, of course then paint it. Alright, this is the other side. See again the crack up there also. 3 sides are broken pretty bad, as you see. Alright, I've sanded everything. For the area that it has crack, like as a back crack, I use 100 sandpaper. For the rest of the area that does not have any crack, I used a 180 sandpaper, as you see right here. After sanding those, what you want to do, you want to run your finger like this, make sure it's smooth. Of course there's a crack, as you see here, everywhere. So the most important, there's no lap, be smooth. The only thing you're going to feel your finger is just the crack. Those cracks we're going to fix. Just want to show you what I'm using. As you can tell, this radio, was cracked all everywhere. 3 corners with so many pieces. I need to count how many pieces was broken. So everything is sanded, as you see. Now it's ready to be cleaned. After cleaning very well, I'm going to prime it and let the prime dry. Then I'm going to try to fill up the holes. Alright? I'm not going to try to fill up the hole now. First I'm going to prime it. Alright? Because sometimes the fillers, it hold much better on primer. Just want to show you what I did up to now. Okay? The back was okay. The back and the front was okay, just the corners, all the corners except this corner, they were pretty bad condition. Look how many pieces I have to put together here to get this thing back together. There's so many small pieces. I was lucky I found them, was in the box. We're able to, glue them back together. This is just one of the corner, as you see how bad it is. As soon as this is dry, I'm gonna try to go to the next stage. Just this is one of the corner. Alright, this is a primer. It's a red primer that I used. So I let it sit for 24 hours or so. Make sure it's totally dry. Now I'm checking to see all my repairs are okay or not. It seems like everything is fine. See, I found some issues here. After you put a primer, usually it will show you the defect. You see that? Right here, there are some I need to put some more Bondo here, sand it and prime it again, all right? And since this was totally broke off, and you know the screw goes here, just want to make sure this is fixed correctly. Of course, as you saw, I filled this up. It's holding very well, but you know this radio is pretty heavy. My concern is when I try to pick it up, lift it up with the cabinet, it's gonna crack again. I don't think gonna crack, but it's always good idea to do additional work here to make sure this is hold pretty well. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sand all this area. I already have some fiberglass. I already cut this fiberglass the same size, and then I'm gonna fiberglass it. These are the products I'm gonna use. This is a fiberglass resin hardener for it, so I'm gonna use this product. Just again to make sure everything is going to be secured. When I pick up the radio, I don't want the case to get any damage. If we didn't have this piece was broken, then this felt more better. Still is holding very well, but I'm going to just secure it. The paint, as you can see, came out perfect. I did several coating and it looked pretty nice. As you can tell, it's already dry. Just turn it around so you can see this side as well. It laid very nice. Again, with several stages I had to do this, several coating, sanding several times and coating it until you get the shape I want. But it looks very good. All right, just want to show you quickly. I'm pretty happy with it. Let me show you inside as well. It's come out very nice. Let me share with you a few things that I used in my paint and body shop years ago to be successful at it, so you guys get a good result as well. Preparation means everything. As I mentioned earlier, you have to sand it lightly. Please again go back and watch that portion of this video. Then you want to prime it, and then sand the primer, and then fix all imperfection, you know, after you put the primer. Of course, then after that you have to do a good cleaning. What I did, I washed this with soap and water several times. Make sure that there is no grease on this. When your hands get oily, make sure to wear gloves, you know, wash your hands, all those good things. When you spray it, I'm going to put here what paint I use. I had a good results. I used through the years different paint, and this one, it seems like it's doing a great job, as you can see. So after painting, it's set for several days. I let in the sun to dry. You definitely want to do that. You don't want to rush it. You want to make sure the paint dry totally. Then after that, you want to do some light, wet sanding. The way I do it, let me share with you what I do. I use several different sandpapers. These are all waterproof sandpaper, as I'm going to show here. You know, you don't want to use pretty rough sandpaper. I suggest start using 800. After that, use 1001, right? Or maybe higher grades. I know they make up to 2000 if you want to or not. No, if your preparation is not okay, the more you sand it, the more imperfection will shows, because it turns like a mirror. Depends on what type of results you want to get. I saw through the years people painting the radios and they call it orange pills, or they have something called fisheye. It is not a good paint job. It's really devalued in the price of the radio when you are not taking care of it. It should be just perfect. After you paint it, now if I run my hands, some area is very smooth, some area, you hear that? You see? That means overspray. What that means, let's say you were spraying the top, Some of those is set this side, depends of the weather condition. You know, since we don't have a paint booth, we paint this out. The overspray get the other area that you already painted. It's not a big deal. Those are fixable, as you see. You hear it? I will show you how to do that. This is just to show you, okay? You know, I usually do this outside. Just want to show you. I got some water. I put some soap in it. You see, there's a little soap. So mix this, the soap and the water. That's the hand soap. It can be dishwasher soap or anything like that. So these are two small pieces of sandpaper. This is 800 sandpaper. Of course, the number here came out. And the other one they call ultra fine. Ultra fine means 1,000 or 1,200 grade. Okay. So I wet it like this, right? As you can tell, I already use this, right? You wet it, make sure it has water on it. See here? It's rough. I'm going to over it gentle. You do not want to go very hard. You hear it? Then gently I go everywhere that I feel like that. That's overspray, right? Then you get a paper towel. You just take that out. Make sure to do it right away. Don't wait too long. You see now? It was like this. You see? Let me show you. I'm trying to show you so you see the difference. See here? This is overspray. It's not orange peel. Here you see it came off. You see still there's a little left? No. Don't sand it too much. Just a little bit. Then I'm going to change my sandpaper. Again, you need much bigger bucket of water. This is just to show you. Now I'm going to use the fine sandpaper, right? Again, make sure to have some soap in it. The reason you add soap so it can go through the surface smoothly without damaging the radio, right? That you just paint. So with this I go over it, right? All right. Then I remove it like that. You see that majority of them came out. So what's next? After you did this, sometimes you need to do an entire radio. Depends how your paint is. I usually do an entire radio. You know, entire my work. You know, it's like the car, you know, in cars, we used to do that. We had to, they call it wet sanding the entire car after you paint several coats. You have to have several coats of paints, not just one coat, right? Because you're removing some of them. Then what you do next, okay, again here I'm showing you quickly, you know, I have to do all the radio. I use this product. I have a great success with it. It works with plastic. It works with paint. You know, it works with glass. I mean, anything it clean. This thing is like a sandpaper, but it's a liquid. It's very, very fine. So that's how they designed them. So make sure to shake it pretty well. Get a small piece of paper towel and just put just a little bit on paper towel, not on the radio, on paper towel like that. Then I'm going to polish that area. I will show you after I do this the result. So what you're really doing, you keep sanding it with different grades of sandpaper. As I mentioned, this is also like a sandpaper. After you do this, again, I'm going to do a quick here. I'm going to spend more time off camera. You want your radio to look great. You don't want it to look like somebody just sprayed it and didn't care about how it lays. I have some of my radio. I bought people actually use a paintbrush. They brush them. I know it's hard to believe some people are doing that. Then you get another piece of clean paper towel. Now you're going to take that out. Okay? Watch here. You cannot hear. I'm going to bring it close to the microphone. You cannot hear anything anymore. Watch here. This side we didn't do. You hear it? And here? That is what you want your entire radio. So I'm going to use this technique, go all over this radio, just outside, not inside, of course. All right, hopefully all these tricks, you know, help you to restore your radio to the best condition is possible. If you enjoy all these videos, let me know in the comments. Man, I have so many viewers, but not enough, comment or, say, yeah, I like this, or put the thumbs up. That is how YouTube promote the video to other people who enjoy this hobby. To support this channel or any other channel on YouTube, if you like something, put a comment over there. Some comment, a one-liner, or use the select the thumb up. But again, what it does, it helps the person who make these videos. They spend so much time. Takes so much time to do the job and make videos, and then, as I mentioned in my whole videos, editing them, make sure enough information here that it can help you accomplish the same type of thing they do. So that's the only way you can support. None of them, as I know, they ask for money, but they need your support to grow their YouTube business. When the YouTube get in certain size, YouTube will start paying the person who make the video. They're not going to be a millionaire. Just pay enough for buy material and those type of things, Anyway, let me pursue. Now, when you do all this, what we discussed, then when everything is finished, we're going to use the car wax and wax the entire radio. That brings the shine and the beauty of the radio. All right, so let's move on. Let me do all this and get back with you. At this time, I want to take the opportunity and thank my subscribers with their uplifting comments. You always encourage me to upload more videos, since this is just a hobby of mine. Again, I appreciate you. Enjoy all these videos, and you all have an awesome day. Take care. If you're interested to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when new video being uploaded. You have a great day.